Hi, my name is Julia M. Spencer. I'm a real estate advisor, investor, and your number one source for real estate advice online. And this video is about what happens after the tax sale. It's a very important video, so stay on. But before I get to the topic, check out my website. It's at the bottom of this video. Subscribe to my newsletter there. You're going to get a free guide to real estate investing immediately sent to you, and you'll also get valuable information through my newsletter periodically. So I just wanted to make this really brief video as I'm sitting here in my hometown, the city of Savannah. And if you can see the sign out there, it's Savannah Development Services. Is that what that says? Yeah. Development Services. And that's basically the city office that deals with zoning, building permits, permits for vacation rentals, and all kinds of stuff like that. So really what I want to make this really brief video about is that once you get to the point of purchasing a property at a tax sale, and I hope you do take advantage of my ebooks on my website. I have a whole bunch of ebooks that are explaining how to get a property either through a deed or a lien sale. I'm also working currently on an ebook, and it's going to be entitled 13 Steps to Your First Tax Sale Foreclosure. That ebook is going to have everything and anything you need to know about how to go about getting your first tax sale foreclosure, step-by-step process. And that kind of eliminates even getting me to help you in terms of consulting. Of course, I'm always available, but I want to make this so easy and so straightforward without too much talking and more like actual doing. I'm really not a big fan of over talking things. I'm more like a doer versus a talker. So anyways, we're here at the development office here, and I meant to come here many months ago, and I finally have time today to sit here. But this is the office where you basically get permits from the city to build something or to change something or just develop something. You know, any kind of construction thing that you want to do in the city has to go through this office. You have to get permits for it. If you don't, you might get fined. So it's very important to stick with the process. I'm a big believer in working the process and the system, so the process and the system work for you. That's one of my mottos, actually. And anyways, so let me tell you why I'm here. All right, so I turned around my camera so you can see me better. Anyways, the reason that we're here is because I bought a lot, an empty lot at a tax sale, and I want to say it's one of the ones that I've had in my portfolio now for quite some time. And I try not to keep the properties that I buy at the tax sale for very long unless I'm actually going to keep them and do something with them. It doesn't really serve you at all to buy something at a tax sale foreclosure and then just kind of sit on it, because every day that goes by you owe taxes on it and you're not getting any revenue for it. So it's kind of like stupid to say that, but if you have properties that need extensive rehab or lots that aren't cleared yet or have some sort of use, then you're really wasting your money. And I want to prevent you from having to do that. Unfortunately, I have done this several times. I buy something and I'm like, sometime in the future I'll do something with it. And no, sometime in the future is like, unless you actually given me a specific timeline, you're just stated something that will waste you some time. You need to figure out what to do with it while it's in the redemption period. You need to make that decision and you need to move forward. Otherwise, you're going to be like many of my investor friends and myself have made this mistake. You buy a bunch of properties and you just sit on them. Sitting on them is no good because you owe taxes. You're liable for insurance issues or liability issues. Somebody will go there, break their neck. They're going to sue you. So you have to buy insurance, liability insurance, or umbrella insurance if you already have such a thing. You have to constantly do work with it. You got to move the properties. You can't just sit on them. So here's my mistake here. I've had this lot. I usually don't buy lots at tax sales, but in this case, I was buy happy, I guess. I bought the lot for whatever reason, and it turned out to be actually a really decent lot. It's at the end of a street. It's in the cul-de-sac, and it's basically the street ends and my lot is right next to it. So you would literally have to extend the street and extend the utilities and clear the lot before you can actually build something on it. So the lot is not worth a whole lot. I think it's a double lot and it's worth about $11,000 right now as per the tax assessors. I don't know, in terms of appraisal, it might be worth a little bit more. Tax assessed values are usually lower than appraisals. So I've been sitting on it, and the reason I've been sitting on it is because I had a bunch of other properties that were improved, that had buildings on them, and I was able to sell them a lot faster, and I was kind of focusing on those because those are something that I can actually list with a realtor, give them an address, and something more tangible. And it's improved property, unless it's a dump, always sells faster than a lot. So I kind of just been sitting on this lazily and haven't done anything. But right this moment, I've cleared up my slate here. There's only one property that I'm selling right now that's, I have a couple that I'm keeping, and then there's one that I'm selling right now that is an improved property, and then I have the slot. So what do I do with the slot? And today I made the time to drive out here to the development services, and what they asked me to do is, and this is probably going to be the same in your city, your town, and your county, the first thing you have to do to sell a lot is to get with the development services and get basically walk in there with the PIN number of your property, which in my case, since it's a lot, it doesn't even have an address. So I have to come with a PIN number, and basically I told them, here's the PIN number, can you tell me what I can and can't do with it? And in this case, you're in the city of Savannah, it was just one sheet, and it says write down the address, your contact info, and then write down the questions. And I'm like, well, I don't know what questions to ask, because really all I want to know is what can I do with it, because that's what the buyers are going to ask me. It's a double lot, so one of the questions I had was, can you build 2 buildings on it? Or is it just an oversized lot to put an extra like size building on it, like a 2-story or 3-story or whatever? And I needed that information. The other thing that I asked is, are there any plans to extend the road? Because if the city or the county isn't going to extend the road to my home there, I'm going to have to do it. What about utilities? Do they go to my lot, or would I have to get somebody to actually dig piping from the street to my home? Which probably have to do that anyways. Anyway, I'm not a construction major. I know nothing about construction other than what I've learned through osmosis, through my friend Joe, and I really have no clue. So I'm kind of like stepping around in the dark here, blindfolded, trying to figure this out. But I just wanted to let you guys know that it's very important that when you purchase a property at a tax sale, that you kind of have to have in your mind what you're going to do with it, because you're going to be liable for taxes from day one, as soon as you own it anyways, depending on, of course, what state you're in. Some states you buy the certificates and then you're just buying that 1 year and stuff. All that stuff you can learn in my ebooks. But here in this state of Georgia, you are the legitimate owner of the property, and you're going to have to figure out what to do with it. In addition, a lot of properties that are bought have what's called property maintenance dues, and that's actually my next step for today. I'll have to find out if I can get some of the property maintenance dues or lawn weed fees that were assessed by the city reduced to some degree, because they were assessed at the time when I did not have access to the property. When the property was in the redemption period, I don't legally have access to the property here in the state of Georgia. Again, in your state, this might be different. So this is, if you have a question about this, this is something you can ask me about and I can find out for you. But basically, you're responsible. You're responsible for that property pretty much from day one, especially here in the state of Georgia. And I got to do this running around, try to figure out what to do with it. It's very important to understand that it doesn't serve you any good to basically hold on to it. So once I get the answers, I'm gonna somehow craft an ad of some sort, put the property back on Craigslist, and then I'll be better suited to answer questions from potential buyers. Because right now the people have been asking me questions about this property, wanting to buy it, and I'm like, I don't know what it's zoned for. I know it's zoned residential. I don't know if you can build 2 buildings on it. I have no clue. So these are the people that would know, that would have the clue, and your responsibility is to find that out. So anyway, more wisdom from my world of real estate investing, the real world of real estate investing. Make sure you go to my website here at the bottom of this video, Julia M. Spencer. Download your free guide to real estate investing. Check out my ebooks on my website, and make sure you send me comments, questions, suggestions, feedback, and check out my radio show. It's broadcast Wednesdays at noon right here in this local Savannah area, 107.5 FM. If you are in the local area, anywhere else in the world, you can stream the show at wruu.org. And I also publish my radio shows right here on YouTube, so make sure you subscribe, click that bell, and you'll be notified when I put new videos up. Have a great day investing. Thank you.
For your free guide to real estate investing, visit juliamspencer.com.